Hello everybody, YuGiOh Stories back at it again with another video. Right here we have Virtual Worlds, and yeah, I've been testing this deck. I've been trying to get like a good build for it, and here it's against Burning Abyss, or actually it's not really Burning Abyss. It's actually more Phantom Knights, with a small Burning Abyss package, which is really funny because before we used to see Burning Abyss with like a little Phantom Knights package, but now it's actually the other way around. Phantom Knights play like this small Seer Graph, and I think sometimes they play a couple other Burning Abysses. But yeah, he wins the RPS and starts comboing off. It's really cool because making Cherubini gets you to your Bardiche and then gets you to like more plays because a Seer will bring back Cherubini. Here the only hand trap I open is Imperm, and the cool thing about Virtual Worlds is that they trigger in the hand. So I was thinking that all of the fog blades weren't really gonna affect me too much. Like of course, fog blades is strong, it's in a gate. But I was worried more than anything about Dragoon. But let's just keep going here. He sets up his one gate. So I'm just holding this imperm for basically the Anaconda because Dragoon's the only thing I'm really scared about. So here he goes, and he goes like full combo because I don't stop anything. Because like I said, my one hand trap, I want to use it for Anaconda. But he actually makes Union Carrier, which in my opinion is might be better than Anaconda. Just because this deck can be a little bricky from what I've seen, but I guess he opted to not play more of the bricks. So he makes Union Carrier, which is really strong. One of the reasons why Dragon Lake is so strong because they put you under the whole extra deck lock. So he's playing, and I just wait for him to activate Union Carrier to actually imperm it. And I think I can kind of play through it, but then again, like he has essentially not necessarily four negates. You can see once Cyclone. He has three negates and a Masquerena. And of course, I draw Nibiru for turn. So I'm just trying my best to break his board. City is really cool when it goes in second, just because it can fetch out the spell, and the spell has something to banish right away. So I force out his Masquerena with this. He actually goes into Avermax, so I thought he was gonna go into like Appaloosa or something, but he actually goes into Avermax, and I genuinely don't think I have like an out to him, except like beating him. So the deck is kind of new, so he just goes ahead and Fog Blaze my Nyan Nyan, which I don't know why he did that, but I wasn't complaining, I was trying to beat him. Then we have like the Mega Salamander Gazelle, he foolishes too. So this card is so broken, just lets you add and then you have to discard a card. So I'm here trying to play through his board. I meant to add Lulu, not send to the graveyard. And then Desires. And I think maybe I can out it, but I'm really trying to think about how I can add out Avermax and out the board. And I draw into another city which is dead and another Imprem which is dead. So yeah, just to spoil it, I don't have a way to out Avermax. Like I'm trying to think of it. I'm really just trying to play through. Y'all will see I actually end up just scooping by the time it's his turn again. I'm thinking maybe I can draw into like another out with Coral Dragon, draw into more cards. But you see, I just keep like my draws keep just going bad. And I make Final Sigma. I really like this card. Um, but still it loses to Avermax. So let's go ahead and skip forward. Like I said, I do end up losing this game. But we go on to game two, and this deck's actually way better, but it's combo, just because its main boards kind of set up like floodgate like monsters, so it's kind of hard for a combo to out. But when it's playing something like this, that's kind of like control, but with a high ceiling, it actually kind of struggles against control more than combo. Here we go. I go first, and my hand's pretty lackluster. I open two Lao Lao, and when you open him and you don't have anything in your graveyard, especially when you open up doubles of him, it just feels terrible. But I try to do the best I can. Of course, send the King Long, I believe it's called, so I can get a search. But he ashes that, And so this is my end board. I end with Shen Shen and an Imperm. And I put in Defense just to play through Lightning Storm because there's been times where I place all my monsters in attack and then Lightning Storm just fucks me up so bad. Even though it's only 24 and like a simple Dante can out it, um, I just thought it'd be better just to play through Lightning Storm. I know he knows he's going second. Cosmic my Imperm, no big deal. Ghost Tour Guide, and I feel pretty good here. I thought he was gonna summon a Burning Abyss and not trigger it, but here he's just doing his regular things. Actually, I'm pretty sure he didn't read this right because he could have actually used Cherubini's effect and I've gotten some PKs in the graveyard. But yeah, make sure you guys read cards. This is only Dark Law on the field. It doesn't affect your hand. It doesn't affect like deck to graveyard. It's only cards from the field that get banished. So he goes into Trisbania literally just to out Shenshin. So it's pretty good. And then I don't know why he put that Cherubini back. I just had banished and he knew what I meant. And then it's my turn. Shenshin has a really cool effect where he can just summon himself from the graveyard. But I had a same attribute and type, so I couldn't do it. But luckily, I do got the reborn. Now that I have a virtual world on the field, I can start playing with the rest of my hand. So Lao Lao here's really good. He decided to scoop. It's really good when you actually do have one in the graveyard, but it's not so much a starter, much like your other virtual world cards that are starters. Game 3, I know I'm going second. I got 2 imperms, which is pretty good for me. He's trying to combo off. Since I got 2, I know I can waste one on his Bardish and the next one on whatever his other. Uh, like I said, Anaconda is what I'm scared of, but I'm probably gonna use it on Union Carrier since he doesn't play Anaconda. He just goes for his normal combo. Triggers Bardiche, of course, when I imperm it. Goes into Union Carrier, of course. And he only ends on, I think he sets like 2 cards. Let's see here. Yeah, he sets 2 cards, and I got a pretty good hand. Unfortunately, I draw a Lancy for turn. But when you open up City, this is kind of like the best card in the deck, just because it lets you cheat out the trap and put it face up. It's really crazy. We go ahead and place the trap face up. We trigger, Lily, the double foolish, super strong. Then, Lao Lao for the reborn. To summon back Nyan Nyan. And it's the only tuner on board right now. So I was just thinking, like, how can I maneuver this board? He has 2 Fog Blades, I know. It turns out I made Nyan Nyan a level 6. And going to my boy Fan Fan. I was thinking of attacking and then going into Zeus. But on summon, he actually uses a Fog Blade, which is pretty good. Something you guys got to remember, though, just because unless the card is specifically states that monster cannot activate its effect or things like that, I can still use his effect. I can still pay costs. It's just not going to do anything. But I actually just want Yan Yan in Graveyard, so I can summon it by its own effect. So he Fog Blades me, which is pretty good of him because this card's so broken. It just banishes, and it banishes from his grave too. I use Kin to search Lulu, and then of course I have to discard Lancia. I was thinking about this for a while because I thought Lancia would be pretty good on his turn, but I just decided I should try to go for game. I don't end up getting game, but I decided it's better to just push, try to clear his board, try to set up like a floodgate on the field, than just to have that Lancia in my hand. Try to make a more aggressive play rather than a defensive play. Summon Lulu, search GG, and then I get Nyan Nyan, and now it's a tuner. So I know it. I think he has a Fog Blade, but he just has, I guess, Phantom Might rank up Magic Force. And I believe here it's just gonna be game. I have so much materials. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to go about it. Um, YuGiOh? The names are so weird. This card's pretty lit. It just lets you send whatever you want to the graveyard, and you banish 2. And more than anything, I wanted to do this so I could have this loaded up and just ready to like pop on my turn, pop on his turn. So then I just make Shen Shen because this card being a macrocosmos is really good. I go ahead and attack his Bardiche. Of course, he tries to Fog Blade it, but nope, he doesn't have a Fog Blade. I thought he had a Fog Blade, so that pretty much told me, it's not a Fog Blade. And since it got banished, I felt pretty good. And then end phase GG, it's kind of like Skarm, and I went ahead and add Nyan Nyan. I realized I should not have banished Lulu from my graveyard. I'm not sure why I did actually. Now that I think about it. Oh yeah, I used the synchro to get banished, but I should have banished something else. Honestly, let me check that out real quick. Okay, it had to be the same type and attribute, so maybe it was good that I banished Lulu, but I think Nyan Nyan would have been better if I banished it. Just because Lulu is such a good follow up. He goes ahead and tributes over my floodgate, and he has nothing. Of course, he doesn't really have follow ups, and that was the game. Yeah, I've been really testing out this deck. I want to get you guys a profile, but I feel like so many of the profiles are so similar, and I'm trying to make like a good build. I've been seeing this deck a bit on the ladder. I've been playing a little bit of mirror matches. It's really fun. It's really wild, and funny enough, the deck can kind of play through VFD. Like not really good, but since they're all like hand effects, if they call wind, you can kind of play with your earth guys. If they call earth, you can kind of play with your wind guys. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. Please leave a comment, like, hit that subscribe button, and peace.